Test. Okay, we're on the air here. Had some technical difficulties, but we're finally on the air here in the second quarter. It's 22-17. The Warriors trail these Sickles Gryphons here in the rivalry. There's a three on the left side by Jalen Miller. Makes it a 22-20 game. 22-20. Now the Sickles Gryphons with the basketball. So it was 17-14 at the end of the first quarter. Tightly contested between these two teams. Just on the left side for Kerry Jones III. He steps out of bounds, and it's a turnover. Warriors get the basketball here. 5:55 to play here in the second quarter. Matt Scher here with you, the GSHS Sports Network. 30-second timeout for the Sickles Gryphons. So we just want to get a couple things straight. We did have some technical difficulties with the YouTube live broadcast, but we're here on the GSHS Sports Network, so we apologize. We did miss about the first quarter and the first 2 minutes here in the second quarter, but we're on the air in a very good basketball game so far between these two rivals. And the Warriors coming in at 2-0 on the season. Last time we talked with you for the boys' side of things, the Warriors had a game for the ages, a classic here in their home opener. They won 76-72 in overtime, where they were down by 2 possessions with about 10 seconds left. And then some magic happened. Sardinia with the inbound, and it's Jalen Miller over the timeline for the Steinbrenner Warriors. Miller from the elbow puts down a 2-pointer, and we're tied at 22-all here in the contest. Up over the timeline, it's Julia Canuelas. Canuelas driving in. There's a foul at the top. They call this on Sardinia. See, second foul on Sardinia. 5 team fouls for both teams here, 5.5 to play until halftime, tied up at 22-all. This one is poked away by Jalen Miller. He picks it up inbounds. The pass, though, comes right under the basket for John Rivera. Now down low, a feed, and it's no good for Kerry Jones III. Tip-tap rebound into the hands of Ziga. Ziga over the timeline. Darnell Ziga for the Warriors. He's on the left side of the wing. Gives it to Jalen Miller. Miller making a clutch 2-pointer to tie this one up just about 30 seconds to about 45 seconds ago. Miller on the left side wing. We're under 5 minutes to play here in the second quarter. A 3 from the left side. Splash! Jalen Miller cashes in with another big shot on the left side of the arm. And it's now 25-22. Warriors reclaim the lead. And Wallace at the top gives it over to the right side wing for Javon Thomas, the freshman, driving and dishes it out to left side wing. Wide open opportunity for the 3 is no good for John Rivera. Now the other way, Jalen Miller lays it up, draws a foul, and one gets the basket to go. Fouled on the way up by Daniel Rogers, and Jalen Miller will go to the line to try to convert the 3-point. Actually, they're going to say the foul was before the basket. And the foul was before he went up for the shot, so he'll shoot 2 in the line. But the question is, they're going to make him shoot 2, even though the basketball went into the basket, and it looked like the official signaled the and 1. They'll make him shoot 2 at the line. So it must have been the foul before the shot went up. Nonetheless, Jalen Miller will shoot 2 in the line here. First free throw goes up, and it's good. (26-22). The Warriors lead. So some confusion there with the play call, with the call down on the court with J.R. Allen, and the free throw is good for Jalen Miller. It's 27-22. On the right side, back up top, it's Javon Thomas for the Sickles Gryphons. Driving in, Thomas goes up for the shot, no good. Here comes Angelo Sardegna the other way. Now a three-pointer from the right side for Ziga is no good. Uncontested rebound right into the hands of Canuelas for the Sickles Gryphons. Now a pass over the middle, stolen by Banerjee. All alone is Jalen Miller. He makes the layup with the right hand. And it's 29-22 and a timeout called by head coach Michael Weaving in his second year as head coach for this Sickles Gryphons team. 30-second timeout, 29-22. Warriors ahead here on the campus of Steinbrenner High School. Now coming into this game, according to our good friends at MaxPreps.com, the Warriors in the previous 15 meetings have not taken down the Sickles Gryphons in a basketball game. Sickles undefeated against Steinbrenner, 15-0. You're in the 16th meeting all time. Yeah, that's courtesy of our friends at MaxPreps. So 29-22, the Warriors lead. Coming out of the 32nd timeout on the right side of our table from head coach Michael Weaving. Now, Weaving coming from King High School after 2 years as head coach there, compiled a 22-28 record in 2 seasons. And last year, pulling off a 21 campaign for the Gryphons at 20-7. As a career record coming into tonight's game, 42-35 all time. Over the top, dishing it over to the right side. It's Daniel Rogers, one of the captains for this team. Pass down low is tipped away. Stolen. Ziga goes to the ground to pick it up. Gives it to Justin Daniels, who picks it up. Daniels driving. Apologize. The shoe came flying off him in the direction. Didn't see it coming till the last second. But it is Justin Daniels to attempt the free throw. First one goes in. It's 30-22. The Warriors with the 8-point lead. Again, coming into tonight's contest, according to MaxPreps, 15-0, the Sickles Gryphons against this Warriors team, looking for their first win against their crosstown rival. At the line, staggered right over left. Daniels puts it up, knocks it down, nothing but net. 9-point game, 31-22, Warriors lead. And to inbound it on the far side, it's Zachary Burnett, a senior on this team. Gives way to Julian Canuelas. And now it's to Javon Thomas, the freshman. And the standouts on this team is a freshman. And there's an offensive foul going the other way. The offensive foul is against Devin Erasmus Wright. And he comes off in favor of Gary Jones III. 31-22, Warriors lead. Jalen Miller over the timeline, working on the left side at the top. There's a foul before the shot goes off. He drained a three at the top, but it's not going to count. And the foul is on Zachary Burden. That's his third. 18 fouls on the board for the Sickles Gryphons and 5 team fouls for the Warriors so far. You're on a Friday night rivalry between these two teams. Due to the geographical, distance between these two schools. Although it's been one-sided for Sickles, but Steinbrenner looking very, very good so far for this boys program. Free throw goes in. 10-point lead for the Warriors, 32-22. Second free throw is up, off of the rim, bounces off the glass and into the basket. Warriors up by 11, 33-22. Here comes Javon Thomas up over the timeline, a freshman captain for this Sickles team. Now on the left side, it's John Rivera. Pass down low, and there's a foul near the baseline as Banerjee hit the deck. Jer Allen head coach of this Warriors team. Not too happy about the call. And it's Banerjee who gets called for the foul. Team 6 for the Warriors, and the inbound along the baseline is for Jamon Thomas. Jamon Thomas to inbound along the baseline. Warrior fans making some noise. Now at the top, it is D'Angelo Jackson over to the right side for Julian Canuelas. Canuelas driving in. Layup from the left block is no good, but there's a foul off the ball. Actually got him. Nicked him right as he was going up on the shot on the side. It's against Chase Jackson, so it will be a shooting foul. He'll be shooting 2 in the line. 33-22, the Gryphons trail by 11. Now by 10 as the first free throw goes down for Canuelas. 33-23 Warriors lead. 2:33 to play here in the first half. Free throw goes up off the heel, kicks out, ripped down, rebound, Jalen Miller. Miller up over the timeline for the Warriors, working on the left side. In that point guard position, setting up the play over to Riddy Banerjee, back up to the top. Now to Banerjee on the right side for 3, off the heel, kicks out, and on the rebound, Ty Simmons tried to rip it down, but it goes out of bounds near the ticket office through the double doors to the left of the basket. 2:14, and the clock continues to wind down as it's Jamon Thomas, the freshman, up over the timeline. Over the left wing side, Canuelas. Julian Canuelas driving in, past Ziga, dishes it back outside. It's D'Angelo Jackson. Pressure on here by the Warriors. Now a 3 from the left side is no good for Canuelas. Chase Jackson chased down the rebound for the Warriors and draws a foul against Canuelas with 1:50 to play here in the first half. 10 team fouls. Putting the Warriors in the double bonus for the Gryphons. Chase Jackson staggered right over left at the line, puts it up, knocks it down, nothing but net. 34-23, back up to an 11-point lead here in the first half. Jackson staggered right over left at the line, puts it up. This one rattles around the rim off the glass, and an easy uncontested rebounds for Gary Jones III. Gives way to Jean Rivera. Rivera on the left side wing at the top. He'll pull one up from the charity stripe, no good, off the heel, and kicks out to Darnell Ziga, who carries it over the timeline for the Warriors. Driving in, dishes it down low. Ty Simmons, hesitation, tries to finesse it off the glass, no good. And the Gryphons come away with a rebound in D'Angelo Jackson. Canuelas over to the right side. Dribbling with it now, Jean Rivera down low, and we've got a foul. As Chase Jackson and Jalen Miller are in the vicinity, we'll see what's on. Jacob Unger about to check in for the Warriors. And the foul's on Jalen Miller. That's Jalen Miller's first foul and the team's 8th. They're on the one-on-one opportunity now for the Gryphons. And to shoot the first free throw is Sean Rivera. Rivera's first one. Off the rim and rattles in for the score. And now Gabe Gilliam, the junior, checks in, and Gary Jones III will get a breather on the bench. Second free throw for Sean Rivera, the senior guard, standing at 6'2" for this Gryphons team. Puts it up, nothing but net, 34-25. Pressure here by the Warriors, the Gryphons, as the Warriors trying to get it over half court. They do. And it's Banerjee driving in, dishes it out right side. Jacob Unger goes up for the shot. He draws a foul behind the arc. He'll shoot 3 at the line. And head coach Michael Weaving is not having any of it. He is just not pleased with the call as he's letting the official know here on the near side. 34-25. And Jacob Unger, who just checked into the game. For this side. For this possession, puts up his first free throw and it's good. Or no good. Off the heel and kicks out. Second free throw is up and it's no good for Jacob Unger. Trying to at least make one of three and get this back to a 10-point game for the Warriors. Matt Scher here with you, the GSHS Sports Network of the GSHS Sports YouTube channel. As Unger sinks the third free throw. So he's 1 of 3 on that attempt, brings it back to be
Victory,
a 35-25, 10-point lead for the Warriors. Up over the timeline, Canuelas. Canuelas driving in the lane. Finger roll, rolls around the rimming. That's a bunny that won't fall for the Gryphons, and now Ziga takes it the other way and draws a foul. And because the Warriors are in the double bonus, they'll shoot 2. And it's Ziga at the line for the Warriors. Warriors up by 10, 49.7 on the clock here in the first half. Second quarter, first free throw goes down. It's 36-25. Warriors up by 11. Ziga staggered right over left. At the charity stripe, second free throw does not go in. Now it's the Gryphons on the other side trying to drive in and called for one too many steps of travel. On the far side of the arc, it was D'Angelo Jackson, and so the Warriors will get the basketball here with 43.3 to go. In the first half, 36-25, they lead the Sickles Gryphons here at Steinbrenner High School. Jalen Miller with the basketball. Working up against Canuelas, and Canuelas gets called for the foul. He's got both hands extended by his sides. Wondering how he gets called for the foul, but nonetheless, Jalen Miller will go to the line. Miller, right over left, staggered at the line, puts up his first free throw, and knocks it down, nothing but net. 39.5 to go here in the first half. And it's a 12-point lead for the Warriors, 37-25. The first game of our doubleheader tonight. The Lady Warriors will go off in the second game against the Sickles Gryphons here at tip-off at 8 o'clock. It's also pending if this game does need some extra time at the end, as did the last contest that went into overtime, which the Warriors were down by 2 possessions with about 10 seconds to go against Blank High School. Driving in, Javon Thomas couldn't get to go, but got his own rebound. Second chance off the glass and in. 38-27, Warriors lead by 11 after the 2-point bucket for the Gryphons. Jacob Unger dribbling around, got it almost pocketed by Javon Thomas and causes a disruption as Jacob Unger gets called for the travel and a turnover with 21.2 to go here in the first half with the Warriors up by 11.
Right now.
Driving in, it's Thomas. And Rich Barnes, who just checked into the contest, is called for the contact before he even went up for the shot. And Javon Thomas to the charity stripe. That's now the 9th team foul. Matt Scher here with you, the GSHS Sports Network on the GSHS Sports YouTube channel. 14.3 on the clock here in the first half. And Javon Thomas, right over left, barely staggered. High arcing free throw opportunity doesn't go, gets his own rebound, puts up the shot, draws a foul, bounces twice off the rim, but kicks out to the left side. And the foul's against Ty Simmons. Ty Simmons, he's senior for the Warriors. And the free throw for the freshman, Jamon Thomas, is good. 38-28. Thomas dribbles 3 times in the line, bends at the knees, puts the ball up, and knocks it down with a nothing but net to make this a 9-point game, 38-29. With 11.3 to go here in the first half. And now a 30-second timeout as head coach Michael Weaving comes out on the court. Pleased with how his defense was set up there. So a 30-second timeout for the Gryphons, 38-29. The Warriors with a 9-point advantage here over the Sickles High School Gryphons. (38-29) Warriors on top. And Angelo Sardegna to inbound. Sardegna is covered up by Gabe Gilliam along the baseline, gives it to Chase Jackson. It's tipped away, almost stolen. Sardegna has to dribble up over the timeline, gives it to Ty Simmons, who has trouble with the basketball. A whistle down low. And it's a foul against the Gryphons in Jean Rivera. It's called with a foul. Making some contact with Ty Simmons down low. Both teams with 10 team fouls here. Both in a double bonus, and Ty Simmons at the line. Simmons, a senior, right over left, staggered at the line. Puts up his first free throw off the heel, kicks out to the left side. Derry Jones, the third, and Javon Thomas both check in. And checking off, Jean Rivera. Also, I believe, Gabe Gilliam. Ty Simmons on the line, right over left, staggered. Warriors up by 9, trying to make this a 10-point ball game with 1.8 to go here in the first half. Nothing but net on the free throw, and it's 10-point ball game. 1 second left, and this one is heaved way over the backboard. And that brings us to the end of the first half. James Scott trying to cut down this lead with a three-pointer at the half. Well, that brings us to halftime. 39-29, Warriors on top at the half against the crosstown rivals, Sickles High School Gryphons. And the Warriors with a big lead here. Last time they played Sickles, they allowed 92 points in a district matchup. Now the Warriors up by 10 at the half. We'll be right back. We'll go over a couple halftime keys going into the second half, and we'll see how this one ends up. As we'll also join you for the start of the third quarter and the second half here on the GSHS Sports Network. It's your home for Steinbrenner High School Athletics. Got about 5.5 minutes till the start of the third quarter. Just want to go over the fouls for both teams, just to get you clarified. For the Sickles Gryphons, we'll start up there first. Julian Canuelas has 3 fouls. Daniel Rogers has 1. Zachary Burden has 3. D'Angelo Jackson has 2. Sean Rivera with 1. Javon Thomas, the freshman captain on this team, who's really stepped up this year for the Sickles Gryphons in practice and in this first contest, has been a factor on the floor. He has 2. Devin Rasmus Ryan, a senior, who wears number 20. He's got 1, and then James Scott has 1. Now on the side for the Warriors, Angelo Sardegna has 2 fouls. Riddy Banerjee with 1. Chase Jackson with 2. Ty Simmons with 1. Rich Barnes with 1. Jalen Miller with 1. And Justin Daniels, the rebounding machine, has 2. The Warriors lead 39-29. As we mentioned to you before, according to our good friends at MaxPreps.com, the Warriors, since their inception in the fall of 2009 as a school and as a program, the Warriors boys basketball program is 0-15 all-time against Sickles High School. They have come within 1 point before, way back about 4 years ago. The last time these two teams met in the districts, Sickles winning by 30, putting up 92 points against the Warriors. This year, the Warriors looking to change the tides, and we did speak a little bit about head coach J.R. Allen last game. We'll get him in this game right now. J.R. Allen is head coach for the Warriors. He is now in his 4th season as the Warriors boys head coach, the previous 6 years of the Warriors basketball program. On the girls' side, he was head coach. And in the first 6 years of that girls' program, he put up 110 wins and 40 losses in 6 years. The boys' program, 35-44, trying to change the tide and replicate the same success he had for the girls. On the boys' side, if you had a chance to see that sit-down interview they had with J.R. Allen about a week ago, Coach Allen telling us that it's all about getting the boys to buy in on this team. And he said it took about 4 years for the girls program really buy in. He was able to deliver many 20-win seasons of para-league championships. And this is now year 4 for the Steinbrenner Warriors boys basketball program under the tutelage of head coach J.R. Allen. And you're starting to see some improvements, most noticeably against a team that put up 90 points against his squad last year. The Warriors are up 39-29 at the half against that same team, minus a couple players here or there on both sides, and adding a couple of newcomers as well on both teams. Same head coaches, you had Michael Weaving on the Sickles side. It's his 2nd year as head coach. His first game for the Gryphons of the 2018-19 campaign. And Weaving delivered a 20-7 win season, 20-7 record, 20-win season for the Sickles Gryphons. And their 20th win of the season, putting up 92 against this Warriors squad. And that's what we're talking about with head coach J.R. Allen trying to change the program here with his boys program. The girls, on the other hand, having 15 wins against Sickles High School. But J.R. Allen trying to change the culture, and he has done so in this first half, looking very promising if you are a devout Warrior fan. And that team for the Steinbrenner Warriors here 2018-19, the 10th team for this program's history, starting to change the tide and the perception around Warrior basketball, and can do so with a huge win at home against the Sickles Gryphons, and more importantly, start off the season 3-0 again under J.R. Allen. So we got about 1:30 until the start of the third quarter, so we're going to take a break, and we'll see you back for the start of the third quarter, second half. Don't go anywhere. Warriors up by 10, 39-29. You're listening to the GSHS Sports Network on the GSHS Sports YouTube channel. I'm Matt Scher. We'll see you right back for the start of the third quarter. Welcome back as we're about to start the second half of play. For those of you who tried to tune in during the first quarter, we did have some technical difficulties, and we were not able to get on the air till about the start of the second quarter. But we're on the air now here for the Warriors. They lead 39-29 here coming into the second half of play. I'm Matt Scher. We hope you have a wonderful Friday evening. I remind you that after this contest, the girls, the Lady Warriors of Steinbrenner High School, take the floor as they look for their first win of the 2018-19 campaign. And how sweet would it be against their crosstown rival, the Sickles High School Gryphons girls basketball team. We're about to start the second half, and the inbound is coming from Javon Thomas. Thomas with the inbound, and the Sickles Gryphons with the basketball. At the top, it's John Rivera. Rivera gives it to Javon Thomas. Thomas dribbling with the basketball, trying to drive in. Got a whistle and a turnover, and there's no indication for a foul. Just a turnover. Step out of bounds, and so Jalen Miller with the basketball now on the left side wing. Trying to drive around, now puts up a shot from the left elbow. Creates some contact, misses the shot, but he will draw the foul. Go to the line for two. And so the first foul of the second half is committed by D'Angelo Jackson. Jalen Miller to attempt the free throw. Right over left, staggered to the line. First free throw goes up. Toilet bowls into the basket, and now Julian Consuelos coming into the game. (40-29). Warriors lead. Second free throw was up, and it's good. 2 of 2 on that attempt. 41-29. Warriors lead. 7.5 to play here in the third quarter. Canuelos gives way to Javon Thomas on the right side. Thomas trying to dribble around his man. Now on the left side wing. Canuelos wide open for three. Up the heel, kicks out. Easy rebound in the hands of Jalen Miller. Gives it over to Angelo Sardegna, who attempts a two from the right side. Off the heel, kicks out, and Gary Jones III gets the rebound. Canuelos now up top to Zachary Burden. Up top, Javon Thomas, the freshman, high arcing three, and he banks it home. 41-32. A big three there from the freshman, Javon Thomas. And it's a 9-point game. Jalen Miller with the basketball on the left side wing. Miller, jumper from the left side, splash! Counted for three. 44-32. Warriors back up by 12. Trying to dish it back outside. It's stolen. Jalen Miller with the basketball. Hesitation. Sardegna from the right side with the layup off the glass and in. 46-32. Warriors lead. 6 and change to play here in the third quarter. Javon Thomas of the Gryphons, covered by Chase Jackson. Now it's Gary Jones III. Gives it over to Jean Rivera. Rivera, Euro step, reverse layup under the basket, gets it to go. 46-34. A 2-point bucket for the Gryphons there. Banerjee pass inside. Jumper tries to bank it home. From the left side, from about 8 feet out was Jalen Miller. It's no good. And now it's Gary Jones III in the lane, going up for the shot, drawing the foul. And Gary Jones III, a big presence. One of the taller guys, if not the tallest guy on the court. And fouls on at Justin Daniels. And so all alone to attempt a free throw here is Jean Rivera. So the foul against Daniels was a technical, so Shooting 2 by himself. John Rivera. And now at the charity stripe is Gary Jones III. So now it's 46-36. And then miss on the second one. And now the Gryphons set to get the basketball here, down by 10. 5:42 to play here in the third quarter. On the inbound, Gary Jones III with the basketball on the left side wing, back up top, and on the right side, Cunuelas. Gives it to John Rivera. And there's an offensive foul called against Gary Jones III. Ten-point ball game. 46-36 Warriors lead. Jalen Miller dribbles up over the timeline. Setting up the play as a point guard for the Warriors at the charity stripe with a jumper for the shot, and there's a foul down low on the rebound as it kicks out to the left side. Zachary Burden called for his fourth foul. Foul from behind on the rebound. Chase Jackson on the inbound gives it to Ty Simmons. Simmons goes up for the shot. He draws the foul but can't get it to go. Drawing the contact. And the foul is against Gary Jones III. That's his second. And that's now 14 fouls against Sickles here in the second half. And we're just 5:17 left in the third quarter. Ty Simmons knocks down the first free throw, 47-36. Warriors back up top to an 11-point lead. Simmons staggered to the line, puts up the shot, kicks up the heel to the left side. Gary Jones III gets the rebound, and now up over the timeline, it's Jean Rivera. Canuelos over to the left side wing for Javon Thomas. Thomas, the freshman, over the right side, Zachary Burden, who's got 4 fouls. His next foul will knock him out of the ball game. Pass down low, Gary Jones III somehow got it, draws the foul, and one, banks it home. He'll go to the line for a chance at the three-point play. A foul against Riddy Banerjee. And Ziga checking in. Darnell Ziga checks in for Chase Jackson. He'll have a seat on bench to gather himself. These rotations for J.R. Allen, his fourth year as head coach for this Warrior program. Oh, rip down rebound on the missed free throw by Ty Simmons. Now it's Jalen Miller on the right side. He'll settle it down at the point, dribbling in, and called for the charge. Miller creating some contact with Julian Canuelos. Canuelos selling it perfectly with the contact. I believe he even had his feet set there to set up the charge. 47-38. Warriors lead by 9. And with that foul, it was Jalen Miller's second. Go, Zach. Go, Zach. Seemed to be a soft spot on the floor. The official scuffing it up. Just to the right side at the top of the key, inside the arc, from where the Gryphons are on the offensive this quarter. (47-38). The Warriors on top by 9 against their crosstown rivals, the Sickles High School Gryphons. The Gryphons wearing their green-on-green uniforms. Warriors on their home white-on-white. Gryphons uniforms kind of remind you of a Michigan State-type uniform with their green uniforms. At the top, Gary Jones III. driving in. Now a layup, finger roll in the lane. That is good for Javon Thomas. 47-40. And the Warriors' lead is cut to 7. Jalen Miller, left side wing, working against Conjuelos. Now it's in the lane. Ty Simmons forces it too hard off the glass. An easy uncontested rebound. Conjuelos gives it now John Rivera in the lane. Can't get it to go. Goes up for a second shot. Draws a foul as he was able to get the rebound but not able to put it back up. But he did leave foul drawn, and he will shoot 2 in the line.
14 white, 14 white.
And the foul is against Riddy Banerjee. That's his second of the second half, his third overall here in this contest. 4:07 to play here in the third quarter. Right over left, staggered in the line. Shot goes up, it's good. 47-41, down to a 2-possession contest. Right over left, staggered at the line. John Rivera. His shot goes down. Last year in the 2017-18 campaign, he was 56% from the charity stripe and knocks both those down. And this is a 5-point ball game. On the right side wing, Chase Jackson. Darnell Ziga driving in from the right side. His pass is off of the foot of Gary Jones III. The Gryphons thought they had a turnover and almost a fast break. Coming the other way, but it's steamed off of the foot, a kickball, and the Warriors will maintain possession under 4 to play here in the third quarter. Sardinia driving in from the right side, just back outside. Chase Jackson, high arcing 3, in and out, rolls around, but can't toilet bowl in. John Rivera for the Gryphons. Javon Thomas down low, his pass to Kari Birding goes out of bounds. There's a whistle and a foul. This goes against Ty Simmons. His first foul of the second half, second foul overall. Driving in from the right side. Now pass down, shot down low. And the lane is no good. And the foul's against Darnell Ziga. Rich Barnes checking in for Ty Simmons. 17 fouls for the Warriors. And just 4 for this Gryphons team. Warriors in a bit of foul trouble here. Already creating a bonus for the Gryphons. First free throw goes up and is good. It makes it a 4-point ball game. 47-43, Warriors lead. 3:32 to play in the third quarter. Second free throw up is good. And it is a one-possession game, 47-44. Warriors have let a 10-point lead slip away. Pulling up from deep is Sardinia. The best shot selection there, but he almost was able to bank it home. And here coming the other way, Javon Thomas in the lane. His shot is no good, but he draws a foul. Rich Barnes with his second foul. 47-44, Warriors lead by 3. It's a one-possession contest. 3:16 on the clock. First free throw goes up and is good for Javon Thomas. 47-45. A 2-point contest. Thomas again makes it a 1-point game with his second free throw. 2 of 2 on that attempt. 47-46, Warriors with a 1-point lead. 3 and change to play here in the third quarter. Chase Jackson up over the timeline. Jackson driving in. Beautiful feed to Ziga. Down low. Passes down low. And it's a turnover. Held onto the ball too long. Down low was Ziga. And the Gryphons to get the basketball here with 3:01 to play. Here in the third quarter, Warriors up by 1, 47-46. Trying to snap a 15-game losing streak to the Sickles Gryphons and pick up their first in program history against this team. Gary Jones III at the top, pass down low. Conjuelos is a 2-pointer in the lane, rolls in, and the Gryphons take their first lead of the second half. up 48-47. Jalen Miller, right side wing. Chase Jackson thought about three, now driving in the lane. Off the high glass, too strong. Tried to grab his own rebound. Canuelos got the basketball on the rip-down rebound. Now it's over to John Rivera. Now it's Canuelos trying to drive in. Won't go, but the feed, or the second chance opportunity, Gary Jones the third finishes, and now it is 50-47. Sickles up against Steinbrenner by 3. 2 and change to play here in the third quarter. Angelo Sardegna with the basketball on the left side. Trying to drive in against Zachary Burden. Now on the left side wing, Miller for 3. Bounces around the rim, not going to go. And Jean Rivera with the easy tip-tap rebound. Left side wing, Javon Miller wide open for 3, not going to go. Tussle for the rebound. They got a whistle jump ball in the possession arrow in favor of the Warriors. Down by 3, 50-47 with 1:43 to play here in the third quarter. Warriors down by 3. Warriors led by as much as, I believe, 13 in this game going back in the earlier scores. Sardegna over to Ziga. Darnell Ziga, a jumper just inside the arc, knocks it down and brings the Warriors within 150-49. And Canuelos gives it to Zachary Burden at the top. And a whistle, and he held on to the basketball. It's a double dribble. And they'll actually rule it a double dribble turnover, I believe. You can see the officials.
Stay home. Come on.
Didn't see officials. Hand is obstructed over here, but nonetheless, it's a turnover. Warriors get the basketball here with 1 and change to play here in the third quarter. Jalen Miller on the W part of the Warriors logo in midcourt. Facing some pressure and draws a foul as the reach-in is called against Canuelos. That's his 4th foul. He's one away from falling out of this contest, and that would be a big loss for the Sickles Gryphons team. Gary Jones III checking out for the Gryphons. And to inbound on the far sideline, Darnell Ziga. The inbound comes into the backcourt, and to take it up court is Jalen Miller. Miller working against D'Angelo Jackson. Now it's Chase Jackson over to the left side. Almost lost the basketball. Darnell Ziga spinning, turning, got a clear look at the bucket. Puts it in. Warriors back up by 150. Now coming the other way, trying to put up a shot off the heel, kicks out. D'Angelo Jackson, no good. Warriors up by 1. Here comes Jalen Miller. Right side wing. Chase Jackson thought about 3. Now driving in. Jalen Miller, reverse layup off the rim, kicks out Javon Thomas. The other way. In the rain, finger roll, foul, but the shot is no good. 22.6 left here in the third quarter.
You got subs, Chad. Second shot.
Darnell Ziga, and he's called for his 3rd foul. (51-50), Warriors lead the Gryphons. And Javon Thomas at the line. And this Gryphons team has themselves a star in the making in Javon Thomas, who's been all over the floor tonight. Only a freshman, and has been named a captain of this team. Free throw was good, and we're tied up at 51 all. Javon Thomas, a free throw away from giving the Gryphons back a 1-point lead. It's a tightly contested ball game. Left over right staggered. Free throw goes up off the front side iron. Ripped down rebound. Ty Simmons hits the deck. A whistle and a travel. Wasn't secured the basketball. Wasn't able to dribble. taking that extra step, a turnover, and the Gryphons to get the basketball now in a tied ball game, 20.1. And Gary Jones, the third, checking into the ball game. Checking out is Devin Rasmus Wright. Angelo Sardegna checking out, and in comes Jacob Unger for the Warriors. 51-all in this Friday night rivalry. The inbound on the left side, it's Gabe Gilliam. Now Jamon Thomas lost the basketball momentarily. Now right side wide open for three was Daniel Rogers, the captain, but the putback is good. 53-51. The Gryphons on top. Last minute heave, and it's no good from Jalen Miller on the right side. At the end of the third quarter, the Gryphons reclaim the lead, back up by 2. And this is what high school rivalry basketball is all about. A 2-point game heading into the final quarter of play. As we head to the final quarter, the Warriors down by 2. Warriors coming off an overtime thriller. They were down 2 possessions with about 10 seconds left. And a little magic happened. And then taking down the Blake Yellow Jackets, 76-72 in overtime. That was Wednesday night here. The night before, the Lady Warriors having a down game as they fell to the Jefferson Lady Dragons by 30, looking for their first win of the season. And what better time to do it than after this contest against their crosstown rivals, the Sickles Gryphons. 8 minutes on the clock. They raised 4 fingers for a reason. The final quarter of play coming up here on the GSHS Sports Network, on the GSHS Sports YouTube channel. Bringing you live Steinbrenner Warriors athletics events, as well as some select player and coach interviews as we post to the YouTube channel as well. 3 minutes on the clock. And each team with their respective players back out on the court. The final quarter, this war of attrition will come down to the final quarter of play in this emotional and tightly contested rivalry contest on a beautiful Friday night in Lutz, Florida. We're glad to have you with us. John Rivera pass down low. Gary Jones, the third, finishes with the right hand, and it's 55-51. 55-51, and it's Darnell Ziga. Under 7.5 to play in the regulation. Jalen Miller, left side wing. Under 7:20 to play. You're in the fourth quarter of play. Chase Jackson over on the right side. Pass to the charity stripe, Darnell Ziga. Ziga, pass out to the outside. Jacob Unger, now down low. Ty Simmons, spinning, turning. He banks the floater, 2 feet out. And it's 55-53. Warriors trail by 2. John Rivera, right side wing for the Gryphons. Now it's Javon Thomas over the left side wing. And back over now to Daniel Rogers. Pass down low. Gary Jones, the third, with his height, using that advantage to get a bucket to go from 2 feet out on the left side. And it's back to 57-53, a 5-point lead for the Gryphons. Under 6.5 to play here in the fourth quarter of play. Jalen Miller, left side wing. Miller dribbling with the basketball. Right side wing, Unger for 3. Splash! Knocks it down from the right side, and it's a 1-point game, 57-56. Warriors trail by 1. Now driving in is John Rivera, and he draws the foul driving into the lane. The foul is against Jalen Miller. That's his third. And now 2 shots at the charity stripe for Gene Rivera. or John Rivera, excuse me. 56% shooter last year as he makes his first free throw, 58-56. 2-point lead, trying to make it a 3-point. Bounces the basketball twice, puts it up, and it's a 3-point lead, 59-56. The Gryphons lead the Warriors. Warriors have never beaten the Sickles Gryphons. Winless in 15 games. Warriors trying to change that for the first time in the boys' program history. Step back from the left side. Sardegna off the heel, kicks out, back out, and not going to go. The rebound, Daniel Rogers. Pass is stolen. Now left side wing, Sardegna with the basketball. Jumper from the left elbow. He knocks it down. 59-58. Now cross-court pass is knocked away by Ty Simmons, as that could have been an easy basket for Sickles. Gary Jones III was there to try to put it home. 59-58. And on the inbound, a foul against Ty Simmons, who bumped Gary Jones III. That's his third foul. Gary Jones III knocks it down, 60-58, back to a 2-point lead. Matt Scher here with you, GSHS Sports Network, on GSHS Sports YouTube channel, bringing you Steinbrenner Hoops on the air on a Friday night rivalry. This one kicks out Darnell Zigo with the basketball, and he is fouled from behind by the senior captain, Daniel Rogers. Rogers didn't agree with the call, and head coach Michael Weaving coaching his senior. I'm going to be more careful on the play there. Under 5.5 to play here in regulation. Angelo Sardegna with the basketball up at the top. Gives it to the right side wing, Darnell Ziga to Chase Jackson near the baseline. Dribbling in. Reverse pass, and he tried to hit Ty Simmons down low. Miscommunication. Ball goes out of bounds. And it's a turnover. Down by 2. The Warriors are 60-58 with 5:09 to play here in regulation. The Sickles Gryphons to take over with the possession. Warrior fans with a defense chance. Left side wing. Daniel Rogers gives it back up to the top. John Rivera. Now John Rivera, left side wing. He'll attempt a three. That's up the heel. Kicks out. Tip-tap rebound. And the rebound battle is won by Ty Simmons. And a whistle. The Gryphons wanted a foul, but it's called, or wanted the travel, but the foul is called. And the foul is against Gary Jones III, his third foul of the evening. And Ty Simmons to the line has a one-on-one, as that's a 7th team foul, putting the Warriors in the bonus. The Warriors have put these Gryphons in the double bonus. And some key free throws here for Simmons. First free throw up, it's an air ball, goes out of bounds. And so it'll be a Sickles basketball with a 2-point lead in 4:50, and the clock continues to wind. Sakari Burden, who has 4 fouls, out on the floor for the Gryphons. Left side wing, Daniel Rogers. A captain over to the right side, Javon Thomas knocks down the 2-pointer and brings it to a 2-possession game, 62-58 from 2 feet on the left side. Warriors with the basketball, Sardegna. Sardegna driving in from the left side. And a foul called. I believe this one's going to be against Rogers, and it is. Daniel Rogers. And that's Rogers' third foul. And Sardegna with key free throws at the line. First free throw off the heel, kicks out. One-on-one, he doesn't get to attempt his second one as he missed the first one. John Rivera driving in, and a blocking foul as Ty Simmons hit the deck in the lane. It'll be free throw time as Simmons is called for his 4th foul. He's in danger of fouling out in this contest, along with Zakari Burden, who's on the floor as well. 4:12 to play, 62-58. Warriors down by 4. The Gryphons lead it here in the 16th meeting of the boys' programs between these two schools since Steinbrenner's inception in the fall of 2009. The first free throw was knocked down, 63-58. 4:12 to play. Free throw goes in. And a timeout called by Weaving along the sideline for the Gryphons. 64-58 after the free throws made. And it's now a 6-point lead for the Gryphons with 4:12 to play in regulation, looking for win number 16 and to stay perfect against the Warriors boys program here on the campus of Steinbrenner High School. J.R. Allen talking things over with his squad along the sideline, and Weaving taking the full timeout for his squad. Matt Scher here with you, the GSHS Sports Network, bringing you Steinbrenner hoops on a Friday night here in Lutz, Florida, on the campus of Steinbrenner High School. And after this contest, we have a girls' rivalry game. The Lady Warriors hosting the Sickles Gryphons. That tip-off at 8 o'clock, pending, if anything, makes this game longer than it should. But at this point, never know. It's a Friday night rivalry for a reason. And so now the Gryphons to come out from their timeout. And so here is the inbound upcoming. As now the Warriors down on the floor. And so now they are discussing, making sure that the books are right. So we do have an official timeout down on the floor. 4:12 to play, 64-58. If you're just joining us, well, you've missed a lot. This contest between these two schools, close in proximity. The Warriors looking for their first win in program history, trailing by 6 against the Sickles High School Gryphons. Previous 15 meetings, although there was one close call in which Sickles won 4 years ago by 1 point. The Gryphons have dominated the rivalry. So they're still making sure there are no discrepancies between the two books here at the table. 64-58.
We got the same thing. So we're good?
And so I believe they've got all the discrepancies figured out, and we'll be ready to turn back to why these fans came here for some Friday night rivalry basketball here on the campus of Steinbrenner High School. It's the official just explaining things over to second-year Sickles head coach Michael Weaving. And so the inbound here for Jalen Miller. Warriors down by 6. Angelo Sardegna up over the timeline. Warriors looking for a win to move to 3-0 on the season. Jalen Miller at the top. Working on the right side wing is Sardegna. He's against Zachary Burden. Now it's Chase Jackson. He's at the top, gives it to Jalen Miller. Miller, he takes a 3 from the right side, in and out. Unlucky bounce there in the rim, and a foul on the rebound, and I believe this one's going to go against Darnell Ziga. Excuse me, the foul's going to be on Chase Jackson, not Darnell Ziga. 15 instead of 5 Ziga wears number 5. Chase Jackson wears number 15. And it sends Gary Jones III to the line, and he knocks it down, nothing but net, 65-58. And now the Gryphons starting to open up this late lead here late in the fourth quarter. Bends at the knees, right over left stagger, knocks it down, 66-58. An 8-point lead. And here comes Angelo Sardegna up over the timeline. Justin Daniels at the top. On the left side wing, it's Banerjee. Back over, and we've got a whistle and a turnover. The offensive foul. It's against Justin Daniels. And Daniels, that's his 5th. And so he is done for the night. And that is a big loss for the Warriors in Justin Daniels. 3.5 exactly on the clock. On the inbound. Jamon Thomas with the basketball. Pressure here on the full court press by the Warriors. Angelo Sardegna almost came away with the steal. It's now John Rivera finishing with the right hand, and it's now 68-58. 10-point lead for the Gryphons. Driving in the lane. Sardegna lays it up, finishes with the left hand, and it's back to an 8-point lead. 68-60. Gryphons lead the Warriors. Full court press here. Jamon Thomas facing pressure by Banerjee, and a foul from behind by Riddy Banerjee. Banerjee, that's his 4th. He's one away. And the foul trouble catching up to the Warriors now. They trail by 8 when it sends to the free throw line. The freshman standout for the Sickles Gryphons in Jamon Thomas. Right over left, stagger, or left over right, stagger to the line. Heel. A shot hits off the heel, that is, and kicks out to the left. Darnell Ziga with a hand, outstretched hand to ground that one in. Second one. Left over right, staggered. Off the heel, kicks out. 0 for 2 on that attempt. Ty Simmons reaching for the basketball. He steps out with the basketball turnover, and the Gryphons to get the ball. After missing 2 free throws after a Banerjee foul. The inbound comes into the backcourt. Daniel Jones has to carry it up against Angelo Sardegna. On the right side, John Rivera spinning, turning. The shot goes up, off the heel, clicks out. And now here comes Sardegna on the other side, approaching 2.5 to play. Ball is off of the foot of Daniel Jones. Smart play there for Angelo Sardegna. Faced pressure against that far sideline and just throwing it at the feet to get the force out. Now on the right side, Sardegna, splash! Knocks it down. A huge three-pointer for the Warriors, and this game's within 5. 68-63. A 5-point game and a full timeout taken by J.R. Allen right after Sardegna pulling up from deep and knocking down a nothing but net 3. Warriors down by 5 with 2:29 to play, and this game's far from over, folks. And this Friday night rivalry. Make sure to stay tuned and find our live stream link for the girls. You can find the video once we go live. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you have your own YouTube channel, you can get live alerts to when this channel goes live, the GSHS Sports YouTube channel goes live, or whenever we post a player or coach interview. And you can always find out right when we post it and go check it out and be one of the first to check it out. 2:29 to play, 5-point game, 68-63. Gryphons lead the Warriors. Warriors looking to snap a 15-game winning streak in this rivalry by the Gryphons. The inbound. Now it's John Rivera driving in, drawing a foul down low. And a foul is against Riddy Banerjee. That's his 5th. And he joins Justin Daniels. 2 Warriors now fouling out of this contest. And now Ty Simmons. No, so it's the 4th foul. But here's the shot. It goes up and it's no good, or it's good. 70-63. 2 free throws, and it makes it back to a 7-point game. Sardinia, who had a 3 last time, cashed in, driving in, trying to draw the foul. And this one is going to be a foul out for the Gryphons. And Zachary Burden, who has fouled out of this contest. (70-63). Warriors trail by 7. Sardinia trying to cut that lead down. First free throw is good, 70-64. Warriors trail by 6. Sardinia trying to make it 5. Free throw goes up and it's good. And it's 70-65. Warriors trail by 5. The inbound almost stolen. Javon Thomas faces some pressure. Walos lost the basketball, picks it back up, gives it to Gary Jones, the 3rd down low. He makes the bucket, and it makes it back to a 72-65 game. 72-65. Jalen Miller now to Darnell Ziga. Back outside, Riddy Banerjee, who has 4 fouls. Now up top, Jalen Miller. Miller settles it down under 2 minutes to play. Lost the basketball momentarily. Now a jumper from the stripe won't go. Chase down rebound is for Daniel Rogers of the Gryphons. And a whistle, and the ball goes out of bounds, so the Gryphons with the basketball. Up 72-65 with 1:40 to play in regulation. Warriors trail by 7. On the inbound, Daniel Rogers. Now it's a throwdown from the left side. A dunk for Gary Jones, the 3rd. Makes it 74-65. Now a 3 the other way. Sardinia trying to get too greedy with a deep 3 there. Is no good. 74-65. And a timeout called by Michael Weaving. 9-point lead for the Gryphons with 1:23 to play. A full timeout for the Gryphons of Sickles High School. And a 9-point lead for the Gryphons over the Warriors with 1:23 to play. Matt Scher here with you, the GSHS Sports Network on the GSHS Sports YouTube channel. We're going to use Steinbrenner hoops on a Friday night. First the boys, then the girls. The boys trail right now 74-65 to their crosstown rivals, the Sickles High School Gryphons. And so the first horn, the official trying to break up the huddle along the the Sickles side. Minute 23, 83 seconds to play in regulation. Coming out of the timeout for the Gryphons, the full timeout. So the inbound to the left of our broadcast booth by Javon Thomas, the freshman. Gives it to Daniel Rogers and back to Javon Thomas, now left side wing, and the ball is stolen. Riddy Banerjee got in front, and now a foul after. Banerjee was able to get to the basketball. This one's against John Rivera. That's his 2nd foul. And with 10 team fouls, it puts the Warriors now in the double bonus. Riddy Banerjee will be in the line for the Warriors. First free throw is up and knocks it down, nothing but net, 74-66.
Take it out on snakes. John, if it's snakes, you're going middle. If Snakes, you go middle. Middle.
Second free throw is up by Banerjee. Kicks out to the left side. Gary Jones III with his size able to wrap that one up. Jamon Thomas. He is covered up by Darnell Ziga, who wraps his arms around him, and the official makes the easy call along the far side. And that's his. On the board, third foul. First free throw goes up and it knocks it down for Jamon Thomas. 75-66. Second free throw is up, and this one is in. 76-66, 10-point lead for the Sickles High School Gryphons. A minute to go. Banerjee driving in past it. Ty Simmons, and he draws the end. One bucket gets it to go. 59.8, and the foul is against Gary Jones III. That's his fourth foul. Jones one foul away from fouling out. 76-68, and Simmons for the and one goes up off the rim, kicks out to the right side. Over the timeline. At the top, Jamon Thomas. Thomas spinning, turning with the basketball, and a foul by the Warriors with 49.9 to go in regulation. Warriors trail by 8.
Right here.
Jalen Miller called for his fourth foul, and at the line, Jamon Thomas. Thomas left over right, staggered to the line, bends at the knees, puts the basketball up off the front of the iron, and kicks out. Up by 8. And now a timeout called by J.R. Allen and the Warriors. It'll be a 30-second timeout. Abbreviated for the Warriors, who trail by 8. First free throw has been missed by Jamon Thomas. 49.9 seconds to go. Here in regulation, Warriors trailing by 8. And the Gryphons looking to make it 16-0 in the rivalry against the Warriors. Coming into Steinbrenner High School and extending their dominance. With the Warriors, 49.9 as we've seen before. Still plenty of time, but it is crunch time for the Warriors. You cannot afford to have any mistakes. And you need a missed free throw here from Jamon Thomas. Thomas, left over right, staggered to the line, dribbles 3 times, bends at the knees. The free throw is up and knocks it down, nothing but net. 77-68 is a 9-point lead. Jalen Miller up over the timeline for the Warriors. Miller looking, 40 seconds to play. At the top, he'll put up a 3, picks up the heel, and a rebound for Sean Rivera. And then he is fouled as his hand is grabbed by a Warrior. And that's Darnell Ziga.
Number 5.
A 34.1. 78-68. Free throw goes up, and it's good. 79-68. Under 30 seconds to play. Jalen Miller with the basketball. Miller dribbling. Right side, puts it up off the glass, tries to draw the foul. He does, but can't get the bucket to go. And the foul's against Daniel Rogers. That's his 4th. Jalen Miller at the line, right over left, staggered to the line, puts it up, rolls around the rim, but kicks out to the right side. Jacob Unger will come into the ball game in place of Ty Simmons.
How many timeouts do you have, Coach?
Yeah, 2 full.
21.2 to go. 79-68. Warriors trail. The Sickles High School Gryphons trying to make it within 10. Jalen Miller knocks it down, 79-69. Sickles leads. Canuelos gives it ahead. Jean Rivera, layup, reverse, finishes for the score, 81-69. And now the final 9 seconds, driving in. Sardinia lays it up, finishes with 4.6 to go. It's 81-71. And a full timeout taken by the Warriors, who trail by 10. And the Sickles High School Gryphons look as if they are going to remain unbeaten in this rivalry against the Warriors and move to 16-0. And head coach J.R. Allen will stay at 145 wins for the time being, combined between the boys and girls programs. Came into the night needing 5 wins between his first 6 years with the girls and his last 4 years with the boys as head coach. And the Warriors will move to 2-1 on the season. 5.0 exactly remaining in regulation here. And then we have the girls' game to follow. That game was supposed to tip off at 8 o'clock p.m., but of course it's going to be tipping off later. Currently the time, 8:15 p.m. Javon Thomas on the inbound. And a foul right away by Jalen Miller on Jean Rivera. And that's his 5th. So Jalen Miller has fouled out. Well, 3.7 to go, and checking in for the Warriors is Jordan Fortenberry. First free throw goes up, off the heel, kicks out to the right side. 3.7 to go. John Rivera's free throw off the heel, kicks out. Darnell Ziga with the basketball up over the timeline. Takes the last shot. It's an air ball in front of the basket. And the Sickles High School Gryphons will move to 16-0 all-time against the Steinbrenner Warriors with a win 81-71. A 10-point victory. In this contest, close. The Warriors had a 10, 13-point lead at one point. Well, then the Sickles High School Gryphons able to outlast this Warriors team. This game, an impressive one for both sides. You saw the Sickles High School Gryphons with some great play, especially you have to like the freshman, Javon Thomas's play. Another 3 years after this year with Sickles High School. Well, coming up next, we will have the girls, the Sickles High School Gryphons at the Steinbrenner Lady Warriors coming up next. And we'll let you know in, I believe, about 14.5 minutes till tip-off between those two teams. You can find it on the live stream. Make sure to check it out. But it's a final. The boys fall to 2-1 on the season. Sickles High School, their first win of the season, now 1-0. In a final, 81-71. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to tune in next for the girls' game coming up in about 14 minutes. And as always, I'm Matt Scher. God bless.